the Jimmy Butler drama. It's continuing.
He caught the Zion suspension.
Yeah, he missed the team flight.
Missed the team flight. He got suspended 2 more games.
See, but what's funny is like I would imagine like Zion like missed it.
Yes.
And like Jimmy like purposely like just
didn't show up.
Yeah. Like Zion like was like no. Like,
Zion's chasing the plane though.
Like, yeah, I feel like Jimmy or like he overslept. Like Jimmy was like,
nah, Zion's definitely got that like, you know, like Hooper kind of like half run with a backpack on.
Yeah.
Like the foot waddle. He's definitely got that chasing after a plane. Like
Jimmy was already back in Miami. He took his own plane. Like
bro, Jimmy was
back.
Yeah, nowhere to be found.
Yeah, they say that the relationship is over and all this. But what was interesting is, and I'm gonna pull a clip up for us to watch. Inside the NBA, they were discussing, you know, the latest drama with this, and I found it interesting because you got to remember that these are people who get paid to talk about sports.
Chuck and Kenny and Shaq.
And these are people who were begged to not be taken off of television. If you remember, Inside the NBA was going to go away, and everyone was like, "No."
All right, well,
we need their analysis.
There's not. I'm completely honest. There's not a lot of people. There's probably some people watching for analysis or whatever. Honestly, it's just it's more enjoyable to hear those people talk about basketball than it is Stephen A. and all those ESPN jackasses, in my opinion.
Okay. So you tell me on a pie chart. Give me a pie after watching this clip on your level of entertainment or your level of what the fuck, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Okay, you just give me that.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't watch NBA on TNT.
Oh.
I'll watch clips.
Where
it's like that's funny, but
we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it right here. Here we go. Let me know. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
Here's a clip. We got it up. We're gonna watch it. Yeah.
I just think in this situation, it's more about human nature. I know exactly how Jimmy feels. I've been in this situation many times. All that I've done for you, and you don't want to give me what I want. So human nature kicks.
Well, I gave you what you want because you signed a deal that goes on to next year.
But hold on. I want an extension, and Charles going to say you don't pay.
You want more.
That's what I said. So the part I hate about this business of basketball thing, it always has to be somebody's fault. I think it's more human nature. All I've done for you guys, you don't want to give me an extension. So now human nature kicks in. You don't want me, I don't want you. So I don't like.
You still have to be professional.
Yeah, but I don't like it's his fault and he's unprofessional. He's doing that. Human nature kicks in.
Shaq, if you sign a deal. First of all, hold on. Go ahead, Kenny. Go ahead. But if you sign a deal that has an extension,
I want an extension.
You're not getting one. So you're saying you're not getting one. It's not saying that you want. You're not getting one. It's not like you.
So human nature kicker. You don't want me. I don't want to be here.
This year, next year.
We should just leave it at that. Not it's Jimmy's fault. It's Pat's fault.
No.
It's called basketball.
But Pat Riley ain't gonna just give him away.
That's fine. But
Jimmy Butler's a really good player.
I'm saying. People that don't understand it, this is the.
No, we understand it very well.
Yeah, we understand. This is
the public understands. Shaq, no, they have paid. Jimmy Butler makes $50 million a year.
Want more? So what?
He ain't getting more.
Okay, so guess what? You don't want me. I don't want to be here.
Okay, well then, but you can't just not show up to work.
Why not?
Because you can took the other two this year and next year.
Okay.
So you're saying you took those two, but you not because you don't get 2 more.
Doesn't matter.
You could ask for a trade, but you got.
You don't want.
You don't feel a responsibility when you are under contract for this season to play this season.
And next year.
I do. But I'm not going to go all out. I was ready to say the other way. I'm not going to go outplay, but I'm not going to go out, especially like.
You're not going to play hard?
No, listen. I didn't say hard. I said I'm not going to go all out, especially if we're not going to win.
You don't feel no obligation?
Because you know what? At 35, what if I tear a knee and get hurt?
You still going to make $50 million? You got $50 million coming.
Bro, I want more, man. You keep talking about 2 years. What about year 3, 4, 5, and 6? I want more.
Because if you were that good at that time, your extension would have been longer.
No.
You signed it you thought was great at the time.
He's old.
Michael Jordan, let me give you this example. Yeah. Michael Jordan played for $2.3 million.
I understand.
Like when he was there and then said, I signed the contract, I'm going to play. Period.
That's what the
now I could ask for more. And he never did. But Jimmy could ask for more, but he still has an obligation to show up.
Michael Jordan end up leaving?
He has the obligation to show up.
He retired. 30 years old.
Business of basketball. He came back and played for Washington.
Yeah, he did.
But also the business of basketball, go all out.
Listen,
come on, go all out. You owe that. You owe that to your teammates. You owe that to the fans. You owe that to the franchise.
No.
You owe it to yourself.
No, you owe it to your teammates more than
that's what I said.
You can get mad at the Miami Heat organization, but the fans of Miami and those guys in that locker room, they ain't got nothing to do with you wanting a contract extension.
Okay, Ernie, to your point, how come people don't play hard in the All-Star? How come
I wish we all had an answer to that.
But they don't go.
There's no consequences for losing an All-Star game.
No, they don't go.
There's consequences. They're not on the contract in All-Star game.
One reason they don't go all out in the All-Star game because they don't want to get hurt. So again, if I'm not winning the championship at 35, right?
He's making $50 million a year.
Listen to what I'm saying. It might be another team that gives him an extension.
Could I ask you a question then?
I'm
so Wembanyama should say, I'm young. I could get hurt. We're not in the playoffs. I should just chill out a little bit.
Nice analogy, but it doesn't matter.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
I'm young. I'm not getting hurt and messing up my years. You act like Jimmy's playing for free.
Bro, y'all keep talking about 1 and 2. What about 3, 4, 5, 6?
That ain't that. Listen, he's on the contract for 2 more years.
But hold on.
Listen, so you think the Warriors, who made it to like, listen, Clay, we love you. We won you 4 championships, but you're past your prime.
Okay,
we're not gonna give you a match.
Clay's not even the same because he was a free agent.
No, but they offered him a deal. They didn't
this dude's not a free agent.
I understand that, Kenny, but Shaq. They don't want to pay him because he's older and declined.
And human nature is kicking. Y'all don't want me. I don't want to be here.
Okay. I just say that he should show up. He could ask for more. You show up and you show up for your teammates.
We're about to do our third lap saying the same thing, so let's take a break.
Okay.
Does warm water change your mood, Mikey?
Okay, warm water. Okay, so that clip, it was very interesting to me because,
she was very beautiful to me.
Shaq gets paid a lot of money because his name is Shaquille O'Neal and pretty much not at all to do with what's going on up here.
Well, I've been in that position before. I think what Shaq did was dig himself a hole and then continue to dig into it, which is, I mean, I think you can see when he knew that he was wrong and he had nothing left to say.
Well,
he had no other argument than fucking human nature. I don't know what the fuck that means.
You mean when it was 30 seconds in and he was already hitting them with the, yeah, but. They said you got to be professional. Yeah, but.
Yeah, exactly. Well, then the worst part is that he was trying to talk to Kenny and Chuck and be like, no, we understand. And he's like, nah, fuck that.
Charles was like,
the fans understand too. They're on our side.
Shit,
it's like, this isn't like a NBA, we get it, they don't.
Well, Charles said, nah, yeah, we do understand. No, I understand. I don't know if you understand.
Well, but Chuck was like, the fans understand. The people talking about this understand. It's not just Shaq's like, it's a basketball thing. It's human nature. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you said it was human nature, but now you're trying to say it's just something that an NBA player would understand.
Now it's only an NBA player thing.
And then when you
a dude who's making $50 million a year has
start bringing up
an issue.
All-Star games, which you can use one game that is an All-Star game as an analogy, but then bringing up Wembanyama in that analogy, he was like, good analogy, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't match.
No, it absolutely matches.
It's like there should be no point. Like we don't have these conversations when it comes to football. We don't have like, yo, he's older. He doesn't want a contract, so when he's on the field, he's not going to play as hard.
No. You know what we don't fucking have? You know what we don't have conversation about in football? Oh, what about 3 years from now? What's he going to make that? Like, we're not really talking about.
We're not looking at
especially a 35-year-old. Why are we talking about year 4, 5, 6?
I'm not like, oh yeah, I'm really concerned if Matt Stafford's going to get a deal this year because what about when he's 40 and 42?
Yeah,
what type of deal is he going to get then? It's like, I don't give a shit.
People got to remember, Shaq is petty.
Of course.
Anything Shaq don't like, he's going to publicly attack and have whatever take goes against it. Because, Devin, there was once upon a time where there was another player.
Also, Shaq being like, oh yeah, I mean, if I'm not going to win a championship, then why the hell am I playing hard? That's fucking crazy.
Devan,
You're an NBA player.
Devan, there was once upon a time, there was a player who was also 35 years old on the Miami Heat who got dealt to the Phoenix Suns because they felt he was getting old and was dwindling down.
Yes.
His name is Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal, yes.
Shaquille
Pat Riley's
O'Neal.
the same dude who shipped Shaq out is the same dude who. But here's the thing, the Heat didn't. They're not like, yo, we want to get rid of Jimmy. Jimmy wants to leave.
Shaq left the Miami Heat primarily because of a decline in his performance due to age and injuries, coupled with growing tensions with the team's management.
Pat Riley
kind of sounds like what I said. Remember what I said in the beginning of this episode? I said, Devan, bias comes from personal experience.
Yes.
Shaq.
This you were talking about Shaq.
This is the connection.
Shaq's connection to Pat Riley.
This is the connection. It opened my eyes when I realized he was saying, you're 35 and you got to worry about what he's got left and this and that. And this is the same guy who is in the same exact position at the same exact age, except he's not as worn down as you.
Yep.
He has more left in the tank. He has more to offer to the Phoenix Suns. And he's not you.
No.
So stop no, Jimmy can go be a third and make a team give a team a better chance at, being a contender. Shaq at 35, it was like, oh, he's in Phoenix now. That's weird.
Yeah.
So he is a very he's just very petty and very biased and will he doesn't like Pat Riley. He doesn't like Miami's front office.
Well,
so
to me, we're gonna get into Cam, but to me, this feels like Shaq's defending himself through Jimmy.
Oh well, it's exactly what Cam Newton did, and we'll talk about that.
Cam did the same exact thing, but it's like no, Shaq did the same thing where he wanted. I don't know if he wanted out of Miami. Wanted Shaq out.
Yeah, but
they won a championship in 2006. They wanted him out. They don't want Jimmy out, but Jimmy wants to leave for whatever reason.
This situation, you don't want me, I don't want you. No. That was your experience, Shaq.
That was his. It was you don't want me, I don't want you,
okay,
I'm out.
I don't want you. That's
with Jimmy, it's like,
nature.
no, Jimmy wants to leave, and now it's kind of flipped to where it's like Miami doesn't want me, I'm out.
Well, if you remember, it was Jimmy wanted more talent.
Well, Jimmy wanted more talent, and Jimmy also
wanted an extension.
Pat and Jimmy had problems before the season, during the season.
But I do think there was a point where it went from, hey, we need to build this team up because we're slacking, to, all right, if we're not going to win, I at least need to get some more bread. I need to get breaded up. And they're absolutely right, bro. You're getting $50 million this year, $50 million next year. Get on the fucking plane. Show up to the games. Like, if we're going to sit here and bash a defensive lineman.
But at the same time, it's like, Jimmy already requested a trade.
Doesn't matter.
Jimmy clearly doesn't want to play for this team.
Doesn't matter. I'm fully on the side of you signed a contract, play the fucking game.
That's fair.
Agreed. We've watched Kawhi destroy his legacy this same exact way, and we're gonna let Jimmy pass because he's cool, because he talks more, because he's more exciting. He has I love Jimmy Butler. He's one of my favorite players of all time. Yeah. But to sit here because he shows up every picture day, media day with a different haircut, and he's not quiet. Like,
to me, he's like the A-Rod.
At the end of the day, people like Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
And I like Jimmy Butler. And for a while I was like, hey, bro, that's just Jimmy. But when you burn every single fucking bridge you cross, what the fuck do you expect? Why are you surprised you're left in no man's land?
Exactly.
Like, why are you Oh, no. Nobody wants nobody wants to give me $50 million when I'm 37, 38, and 39. Yeah. Wait a minute. Wait. Y'all notice my decline? Yeah. Wait. You're telling me that you're not going to trust me when I'm 37? Come on. You didn't see me in Minnesota? You didn't see me in Philly? You didn't see me in Chicago? Bro, you didn't see me in Miami? You didn't see me burn every single bridge I crossed? Like,
exactly.
I love Jimmy Butler, but for him to act this senile, and for players like Shaq or people like Shaq who have this voice to enable
defend him,
because he's sitting here going, okay, here, it'd be like if I don't want to bring up a too serious of an analogy, but he's basically like, in my eyes, Miami isn't in the wrong. like it doesn't. If a player says they want out, it's like okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to trade them.
It's not no.
You don't have to extend them. You
No.
signed a contract to play, and if you don't show up, you're going to get suspended. You're going to get in
Yes.
trouble for it. You're going to get fined for it.
Yes.
So no, Jimmy's in the wrong.
Of course.
So you saying nobody's in the wrong and ignoring the obvious, of what's in the wrong, you're enabling it.
Of course.
And I'm glad that Kenny, Chuck, and Ernie were like, "Yo, you sound fucking stupid."
Well, and it was also like, yeah, I mean, not only is Shaq calling it a human nature thing, but he's saying, yeah, us basketball players understand what's going on. It's like, no, if Chuck had the opportunity to make $50 million a year on a team that may or may not win a championship, Chuck never won a championship. I don't think he gives a fuck about winning a championship when he played.
Well, that's the thing. It's like we're looking at literally like two different sides of a coin because you got one person who never won a championship, would have taken.
You got one who's got 4,
but one who was in the same situation as Jimmy now, and is kind of just butthurt about the situation he was in, so has to defend Jimmy. It's weird.
No, it's weird, but it feels the exact same with Cam.
Well, let's talk about Cam.
Yeah.